afternoon, all. CamelbackTrading.org coming to you this Tuesday afternoon, October 10th, looking at Window Trader's market profile of the ES and NQ. So again, another good day for the bulls. And interestingly enough, this one had a liquidation break in H period, and the market never really recovered after that. But before we get to that, we all go out with double distribution days, okay, higher value. Righty ends 9 wide with a double distribution day, okay, nice P shape for them. NQ holds a set of single prints, they only end 8 wide. You could actually use K as an afternoon rally high as a reference point. I'm going to use that in ES also. So ES goes out 9 wide, lowest accepted price, double distribution day, and you can use K as a reference point to the upside. So we've had 3 days in a row now where the market is absolutely spiked during a time frame. On Friday, it was C period. After the market got rejected at these lows, never got the overnight low, C period exploded. Yesterday, it was I period. Market tried to push lower, failed, got the IB, pushed higher, and then I period, ripped higher. Today it was B period. We opened, we had a slight gap, by the way, a very slight gap, just so you know. But I counted it, so only 10 out of 51 gaps have held. We also held the trend day, so that's 36 out of 107 days. I didn't do the percentage yet, but it's probably about 34% or so that have held. So today in B period, what is the lowest accepted price? I keep forgetting I lose the 15-minute bars right after the day ends, so I can't show you. So for me, it's when A period closes, B open. We went down literally 2 ticks or 1 tick today in ES, 2 cents in SPY, and exploded to the upside. So 3 days in a row, we had a time frame that exploded. C on Friday, I yesterday, B today. And then today threw in an extra wrinkle as we had a liquidation break in H period. And once that happened, the algos go into a tizzy. They get frazzled. They don't know what the heck's going on. So they basically spent 2 hours, 2.5 hours playing around the 4,400 level. I got involved in a long. We'll go over all my trades right now. Had a good day. Overall, I ended up 99 points in NQ and 14.5 in ES. My first trade of the day was a short against the overnight high. I thought we might front run it. Didn't happen. I lost 3.5 points in ES. Then in B period with NQ, both of them shot out of the gate. NQ was a beautiful ebb and flow trade. Knocked it around for 24 points in B period. And I took ES for 3 points in that time frame. Then again in C and again in E, I did it in ES for another 10 points. Now, got myself in trouble in ES in H period. So when it pulled back, I was waiting for it to get to around the 144, which was around 44.09 at that time. It stopped the one time framing in G, pulled back a little more. I'm like, maybe they're not going to take back as much, so I don't want to miss it in case it goes up, so I'll just buy a 1 lot. Well, I bought a 1 lot at 12.50 in H, and then the bottom fell out, okay? I bought 5 at 03.50, and then I bought another 4 at 4,400, so it became a 2-hour battle, taking off, adding on a couple of times. Net, after 2 hours of battle, and it did get back, I took off the 5 at 03.50, basically unchanged. I ended up making 5 points. So a lot of work just for 5 points, but at one point I was out over 50 points. So proud of the way I handled it. I still thought the bulls still had a lot going for them with value, the indices, the overnight high, the IB high, the POC was above me when I was buying below it. So I thought there was a chance to go back at least to that 03.50 level. I was looking for 06, 07. Never got there, but I did escape because let me tell you, when I took off the last 6, right around the 03 level, K period came right in. Now, along with that, When I got long the 5ES at 0350, it sees high. I bought 5NQ also when it liquidated in the 70s. I forget where it was, but all I know is NQ gave me a real quick push up, and I got 15 points out of those 5. So that's where I made 75 out of the 99 points I made in NQ. 75 happened within a minute or two on that long, and then I was able to concentrate on that ES position. I don't recommend that to anybody in my room. Okay, I'm in it for a reason. Okay, now again, I could have a couple of times more than I did by 94, 95s and been taking them off at 98s, which would have kept cutting back my costs. I did it twice, but I certainly could have done it a bunch more times because we kept going back to POC. Anyway, it turned out to be a good day. Again, is this just short covering? Look, it remains to be seen, right? We've had 3 days in a row now with double distribution days, okay? So if it is just emotional short covering and momentum buying, well, at some point, if that dries up, well, then we'll find out, won't we? But for now, I still have to give the bulls their due. They've taken out 2 weekly highs. They're trying to stay into that upper balance area, which where we put in our high for the year. The daily is up. NQ, the weekly you can call up. Their daily is up. And even Righty took out last week's high to at least officially come into balance on their weekly. We'll see if this gets derailed. We have Fed minutes tomorrow at 2. And then we have CPI on Thursday at 8:30 Eastern. And then I think PPI on Friday, along with some bank earnings. As far as destinations, on the upside, we have the afternoon rally high. First we have our 9-wide POC, 435.14. Then our afternoon rally high of 435.73, and today's high of 437.22, and SPY got into that gap from September 21st. That was a large gap. I said the odds of it filling the first time is slim. Well, we leave $1.21 at 438.43. For the downside, single prints, 434.28 to 433.65. B's low, lowest accepted price, 433.63, and today's low, 432.53. ES, single prints, 89.82.50, lowest accepted price, 82.25, and today's low of 71.25. Upside, we have our 9-wide pocket, 98, afternoon rally high at 4,400. And today's high at 44.19, and then filling that gap at 44.46. So ES just barely got into theirs. SPY took back over half of theirs. And then, on the chart, and let me tell you, that trade I was in was a great lesson for the room. Okay? Walked them through the entire thing for that 2 hours. Why I was in it. What I was thinking when I was adding, thinking that we would just keep going back to POC so I could keep lowering my costs. Kept calm. Yeah, sure, I'm churning inside. You don't want to be down 50 points or whatever. But that's the purpose of a room that educates and informs. It doesn't scream, yell, and ignore people if they're having a bad trade or a poor trade. So I think it's another really value added that we offer in our trading room. Here's your weekly. I'm impressed as right now, right? Are we getting acceptance? It certainly looks like we're trying to get acceptance into this whole right? So this is what? How many weeks? 4, 8, 12. So 15-week balance this was. When you look at it now like this. It wasn't balanced all the time. It was up, then it went balanced. So 15-week balance. We're trying to get back into that. If we do, what happens? Well, you have a chance to go to the top of it, which is the yearly high. We'll see if that holds. So the weekly right now, this is not up. All we did was come into balance. Like I said, it's either going to be a 3 or 4 week balance, most likely, depending on how high we go. Okay? Markets don't go bear bull. They went bear and now back to balance. So the weekly, I like what they've done. The daily, after an outside day up, certainly has done a good job, above the 20, below the 50. Now they came off today pretty good, right? We closed almost 270 off our highs. But again, you know, from Friday's low of 420, we'll round it out from 421 to 437. You know, that's a $16 move in 3 days. Nothing wrong with digesting that. So we'll see if we do that. And you can see we got into the gap but didn't fill it. Volume, not that heavy today. We'll probably end up doing about the same as yesterday, which is about 82 million. I hope you had a good day trading. Enjoy your evening. Thanks for the likes and subscribing to this channel. And we'll recap at 4 p.m. I mean, we'll speak prior to the opening tomorrow. It was a long day. A lot of my mental capital was getting eaten away during that 2-hour trade. Have a great night, all.